What's up? Welcome to this episode of CrusaderCast. Today we're checking out ArcheAge. It's a Korean sandbox MMO that just wrapped up its open beta and was released as a full game yesterday, if I get this video posted on the right day. So, why am I excited about this game? Well, everybody's excited about this game that keeps up with Korean MMOs because it's a sandbox MMO. In other words, you can build stuff. You can build a boat, you can build a house, you can have a farm. It's open. There's an entire continent dedicated to PvP. So, let's talk about the races. These are the Nuians, which are humans, really. They're just humans. I don't know what that name means in Korean. But the next race here are elves. They're your prototypical fantasy elf, you know, pointy ears, nature-based starting area. These next race are, I don't know how to say it, fairies, fieras, I don't know. They're cat people, and you can make them look just like the dude from Avatar, and that's exactly what I did. This next race is the Hariharans, and I'm not exactly sure. They're little people, I guess? I'm not exactly sure. I think it means children of the sun if Google Translator is kind to me. There's actually two more races coming out in patches. Dwarves, which are great, you know, for fantasy MMOs, and the Warborn, which are sort of like, the concept art I've seen of it are like dragon-looking people. I mean, they're really, really, really cool. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about the game here as you see me customize my cat dude. If I had to compare ArcheAge to other MMOs out right now, like Guild Wars 2 or Blade and Soul even, I would say that while they look great, I mean, they're beautiful games, after playing ArcheAge, they feel like getting dropped into a pretty snow globe as opposed to being dropped on another planet. I mean, ArcheAge is an open game. It is a big game. There's not anywhere you can't run, you can't climb, you can't glide to. You really notice the limitations and invisible walls in other games when you play a game as big as ArcheAge. That being said, though, the game isn't perfect. The combat is nothing new at all. It's pretty point-and-click tab combat. And the quest hub to quest hub dynamic as far as leveling is in full force, like in a lot of games. It's paced well, though, from what I've observed so far. I've played all 4 races through level 10 and one almost to level 20. All 4 races are getting separate starting area videos, so check them out if you're interested in more specific details about a certain race. There's no grind, though, in ArcheAge. At least to me, it doesn't feel grindy. The game pushes you through to new areas and to new enemies well before things get stale. ArcheAge also gives you a mount really early in the game. You know, WoW has casualized their starting areas, and so you get a mount relatively quickly, but it just felt paced. It just felt really well paced in ArcheAge. It's well under 2 hours of gameplay for most races. And the way you get your mount, you literally raise it or grow it. It's a really neat minigame, and you'll see that in the starting area videos. What's so amazing, though, is I'm commenting on this game without having run a dungeon or even dabbled in the sandbox aspect of the game. And the sandbox aspects of the game is what sets this game apart. I mean, that's what they're going to put on the retail box when this gets released in the United States. Everything from building, owning, operating a farm, to starting towns and cities and building boats. I mean, to give you guys an example of how free-form this game is, there is an entire continent dedicated to PvP and the sandbox building aspect of the game. As in, PvP is going on while you try and start a farm, build a city. It's that open. So stick around this channel if you're a fan of ArcheAge or you're interested or been following ArcheAge, because I'm going to focus on showing every single aspect of the game. I mean, I've got all 4 races, 1 through 10, levels 1 through 10, the starting area, and I'm going to condense them to the better parts so they're not extremely long videos. But I'm going to comment on them and let you guys know what I thought about the different races, because they really are different. And here are the classes. And these are actually, the translation is schools. These are the schools. The first one is combat, as you see, with a big sword. This one is magic. And that's about it. It's a sort of mage sort of class. The next one is, it actually translates to wild nature, which is ranger, really. It's just a ranger. Bow and arrow, flaming bow and arrow, poison bow and arrow, you get it. That sort of thing. This next one is it's called Love, but it's a priest, really, a healer. So that's really it about there. And the next one is actually the one I picked for this character, a necromancer. And there's no pet like in WoW, or at least not that I've been able to see. But the animations for the spells are really cool, and you'll get to see them in the opening area for these cat people. And the last one here is an assassin, as you just saw. Assassin, a rogue in WoW, just to give you some perspective, that sort of thing. So, to wrap this up, I'll link the race videos below so you guys get to see the starting gameplay. And stick around this channel if you want to see more ArcheAge. Take it easy.